Hey guys, welcome back. This is Dr. Anime here. I'm going to be discussing One Piece chapter 997. We're almost at 1,000. Come on. Now, I'm not going to lie. I stopped watching the anime a long time ago. 'Cause it just got especially the fillers. Just show us the main thing. That's all you really need at this point. The only fillers I really would would be showing of training, because I love training arcs. That's one of my favorite things in a lot of animes. But yeah, this chapter is called Flames. Now, flame me on, flames. Now we know Marcos is there. We know he's there. So is the flames from him? Or the flames from Kaido? Maybe the flames from Luffy, because he can make fire with his one fist attack. So, oh, Momonosuke could turn into a dragon. Maybe it's fire from him. But then again, who else could be? I mean, it could also be Big Mom. She could also make fire. Huh. Okay, and then there's also Sanji who can make fire as well with his kick. Okay, there's too many people who can make fire right now. But it's called Flames. Maybe everything goes up in flames. Who knows? It could be, maybe their plan go up in flames. We don't know. Maybe I should get to reviewing. Wait, I mean, I already read it, so it's a review after all, not a reaction. But one of the things I like about this chapter is the cover page, which is Sanji just sitting in a meditation state, and it just brought me back to when I read Naruto, when he was training for his Sage Mode. He was literally in that position, and Sanji, you see a heart come out his eyes, what happens when he sees a beautiful woman. And we see Nami on the outside of the house playing ball, she's throwing a ball up in the air, and you see bumps on Sanji's head, which shows that he's been hit. And there's a raccoon there that's pretty much Zoro. It has a kendo stick in its mouth and then one in each hand. That's the same style Zoro uses. So we know that he's the one hitting Sanji, whereas Sanji is supposed to be meditating to clear his mind, I guess, or to be able to not lose it whenever he sees a beautiful woman. I think that's what his training was supposed to be on that cover. But it just reminds you of when Naruto was getting hit on his head while trying to gather sage chakra, technically natural energy, to make sage chakra. And Pato would hit him over the head with a stick to release the natural energy so he doesn't turn into a frog. That's the spitting image. And we already know that Oda and Kishimoto are friends, because when Naruto was ending, they both put homage of each other's mangas in their own manga. So we had a cover of Luffy eating ramen with Naruto, I believe, and then there was the straw hat pirate sign in one of Naruto's chapters. I think Baruto painted, but again, that was a couple of years ago. But so we already know that they're friends. So I find it funny that I know this is not something that's just from Naruto. There's other series that have meditation and stuff, but we already know that they're close to each other. Both authors are close to each other. So, and it's highly similar to what happened with Naruto. So I feel like he just took that little aspect of it from that. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments section below. But let's get actually into the manga itself. So we have Sanji running on the 3rd floor in a sense of urgency and a little bit anger, because he sensed a woman in trouble. So he's separated from Jinbei and Luffy, and who were also on the 3rd floor. And he sees a woman I don't know if this is what he's actually seeing, or it's just in his head, because some of it's in his head too. He he paints his own story of like what's happening, of a lady like in trouble, and he's like, so is this how it is in Wano, when a man of power wants a woman and force himself on her, like, kind of thing. So he kicks down the door to try to like save her, and he gets caught in a web, and he's stuck, and he gets attacked by a woman and a guy who both like staged it, and they both like kick him, and he shows some type of blood like coming from him, so he was injured. So they're strong enough to hurt him, and there's a giant woman there, just like sitting down. Like, she's giant, and she had like antlers similar to Yamato. So part of me was like, is this Yamato's mom? Maybe. I don't know. But we'll find out. Maybe. I don't know. But she does have the horns like Yamato. So going back to after that, Sanji was more like, if you guys let me go now, I'll overlook this. And they're like, oh, look at him talking big. And then he was like, beautiful woman, like, you know, like, I'm in love kind of thing. So then it switches to Poker, who it shows like what kind of smile he has, you know, the thing that transforms him into the fake devil fruit. But he had like a rattlesnake smile, which he has. And then there's Mizurka. Wait, how do you say this? Mizurka has a gorilla smile. So we know like when they transform, one is going to be like a rattlesnake and the other one's going to be like a gorilla. So they're trying to stop Luffy and Jinbei. So they're like waiting upstairs with other soldiers. And as Luffy and Jinbei are running, they get called over by some allies who said, don't go that way, there's a bunch of soldiers there. We made a ladder. So they're like, okay, let's go to the 4th floor. So they took this shortcut to go to the 4th floor. And we have, we switch to another scene, because it's just switching all over the place. Big Ma flies up through a hole in the roof, and she just like disappears. And like the after effects looks like there's something there, like water or some type of cover that like will stop anyone from going through, but Big Ma is strong enough to like blast through, kind of thing. And Zoro was looking at this, and it seemed like he had a determined face, more serious, like he wants to hurry up, handle the situation here so he could hurry up and go up there and help join the fight, the real fight. So as people are chasing Appo, we have Chopper, who's like half frozen, running, and he runs ahead of Brook, who's like right next to him, and Brook's like, wait on me. And we have who was it? We have Drake stop Appo from like running away and like fighting against him, like to stop him. And Zoro like just like is walking like closer and closer, and then when he gets to like a certain spot, he just go, and like you just see him go, and you see Appo like gets cut. At first, when I was looking at the screen, like I was like, wait, what? And it looked like he cut off his arm, but it didn't. It was like his chest that he cut. But the slash from the like where the blood was, it like covered like his arm like right there. So I thought he cut off his arm. If he did, I'd be like, Zoro, come on. I think Zoro should have done that though. Like, should have cut off his arm as he cut him or something. Like, be like, you're not gonna be much of a threat if you only have one arm, kind of thing. But then again, we have a lot of badasses who have one arms, like Shanks. But I don't know, unless you cut off both his arms. I don't know, like, so he can't, to limit his ability to use his power, his Elfruit power. But Zoro was like, I'm gonna end this now. So he cuts him, and then the antibody vaccine vial like lands in Zoro's hand, and he gives it to Chopper, who then goes and starts yelling at everyone, like, everyone, calm down. I'm gonna make enough antibodies for everyone. For now, try to use any type of fire to like slow down to counter the effects of the infection. So as he does that, Queen, I believe it is, yeah, Queen shoots, or at least tries to shoot Chopper. and you just see his gun gets cut up. So Zoro used a slash attack to like and it's a range move, of course, because he's still on the ground, and he's like looking up and like, nah, and he cuts it, and Queen is like, you son of a, and then Zoro is mad, like he just gets mad out of nowhere all of a sudden, and he's yelling at Queen, and then all of a sudden an earthquake happens that starts to shake the island, and people are like, his rage is so strong that it made the island shake, like the earthquake. And someone else questioned, is this Conqueror's hockey? Zoro, you're really a threat, aren't you? And he's like, this is not me that's doing this. So Zoro's not the one creating this earthquake. And Robin comes up and says, I know why you're mad. It's because you saw Kiku's arm, and we see like Kiku's arm on the floor. It fell from the hole or something like that. So that was why Zoro's pissed, because he wants to be up there helping them. And Marcos arrives and asks Zoro and Robin if they needed any help. So now we have him here. Sorry, I'm also reading. As the island is shaking, Law in his sub is like unable to really get any closer, so they can't really join the fight. They have to pretty much back up and leave the area to prevent the effects of the shaking from the island to affect them, or else they could damage their ship. So as that's happening, we have Yamato with Momo and Ninja Girl. I forgot her name. They arrive like to an exit, but Yamato's like, "There's no ships here. Wait, the sea's not here." And then she goes, "Oh crap! We can't escape now. We're stuck." And then Momo's like, "Wait, what?" And then Yamato explains the fact that Kaido has an ability to use special flames that allows him to lift himself, which is what allows him to fly. He's using these flames on the island itself. He's lifting the whole island. He's lifting a whole island. And he can move it around any way he wants, as if he himself is flying. And we see him in his human form saying, now you've done it. Now this is going to be a stronghold for pirates. And he's going to... Yamato explained that he's going to move... that Kaido is going to move the island to the flower capital. So the chapter ends with that. So we see... It's just another island feat, really. I already placed the Yonkos and some admirals at island level, because we see two of the admirals fighting, and it was on Punk Hazard, as you guys already know, and they permanently changed the climate of that island. So half is pretty much on fire from the lava of Akainu, and the other one is pretty much frozen from Okuji. So I'm like, okay, so we already know that they're island plus in level, but he lifted a whole island, and it's going to take. But then again, I mean, it's big enough to hold thousands of soldiers from both sides. So we know that it's a big island at least. I don't know, like the size of it, like the width, because it also has a big dome on it, so they could be like on higher floors too. But it's still an island feat regardless. Trying to see. I mean, only Big Ma and so Big Ma is pretty much almost equal to him. So they're two island tiers. Luffy should not be even close to ready to face either one of them in a one-on-one fight. So, and Marcos is there to help. So Marcos might hold off one, whereas, or maybe like he'll team up with some of the samurais and they fight one, and then some of the samurais team up with Luffy, Zoro, and they'll fight one because Zoro wants to slice up Kaido. Like he said that himself. He wants to slice up Kaido. So we don't know how, like, what's gonna happen right now, because Big Mom and Kaido, that's two Yonkos. Luffy's not at the level of facing even just one Yonko. Before I was thinking he was gonna call in his the rest of his crew, like the other parts of his crews to help, but that never happened. Or at least I thought that they might have heard news that Luffy was there and was going off against Kaido. So, I mean, the government knows, the Marines know that Big Mom was heading there. So maybe his crew found out somehow that Big Mom and Kaido were there, and that maybe got word that Luffy's there too. We don't know, because the Minks at least knows because they went there. So I was kind of hoping that we saw like the rest of them there. Like, I guess that's not gonna happen though. But trying to think. Jinbei is strong, but Jinbei, they would. I don't know what's going to happen. I can only speculate. I just don't want like no power ups to be like just come out of nowhere. That ruins things. I know Luffy was training. He was training for sure. And Kid is also there, so Kid might help him as well. But Kid's not. Kid was training too though. Kid and Luffy were both training. Luffy's gonna use that new ability that he learned from the Yukasa. From the boss of the Yukasa. I'm saying it wrong. But he's going to use that ability for sure. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I think if they had a Law there, that might help too, because he could attack internally as well with his ability, like what he did with Doflamingo. And he could switch people. So if an attack is coming, he could probably switch it with Kaido kind of thing. But he's not there. Dang it. He could still go though, because he could just teleport himself onto the island and ask everyone else to leave. Or he could have before like they left. And we just don't see it until the next chapter or the chapter after. That's hoping. Let me know what you thought of this chapter. Like, subscribe, leave a comment down in the section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Whew, this is getting crazy.